welcome out to Merlo's Movie Massacre, episode number 4, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in, all you wonderful boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and everything else in between. Camp Blood Media is already in the chat. Great song intro. Thank you so much. I wrote and performed that. Believe it or not, I am actually a professional musician. And yes, I do like my share of heavy stuff. I call my own genre mystical metal because it has a very mystique. It's like if Metallica or Iced Earth, one of those bands, those are some of my most influential metal bands. If Iced Earth and Pink Floyd had a child, you'd get my music. Something like that. That's the closest comparison I could say. Thank you for joining us, Camp Blood Media. Thank you so much for the... oh, can your volume go up? Probably. Or I could just get closer to the microphone. Is that better if I'm a little closer? I'm always worried that my mic is too hot. So hopefully it's okay. I can never tell. What was I going to say? Thank you again, Camp Blood Media. Josh over there at Camp Blood Media. Go subscribe to his channel. He did an awesome trailer reaction the other day to the Sawyer Massacre. Thank you so much, Josh, for doing that for us. We've just got, if anybody else is in the chat, just say hi now. Is there anybody else already in the chat? Okay, oh, all good. So I'll just go a little bit closer to the mic. Only reason why I worry about going too close to this mic, it is a close range mic, and I don't have a pop filter for it, so got to watch the pops. You'll hear it from time to time, I'm sure. If I say something a certain way, it'll get a bit of a pop. But it's all good, right? We're having fun. We're not too picky on sound. I'll maybe direct it a little bit closer to me. Hopefully that's all good. I'm trying to get some better lighting in this room. I don't know if I'm digging. I also need a better camera though too. It's you know, I have a little stuff to work with, everybody. You know, because this is my office. This is my recording studio. That song you heard in the intro was recorded in this room. Everything. The drums are sampled, I should say. But I can't fit a drum set in this room. And it's also my bedroom. All at the same time. Poor hook girl. Maybe more than one hook girl. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, if there's anybody else in the chat, say hi. Hopefully we got some more people joining us. We usually have a couple, the two Michelles, Michelle A and Michelle B, but I'm not sure if they were able to make this session tonight. But I think we should have some more people joining us. But just want to let everybody know the few things to get into before we start our main topic of tonight's discussion. Which, of course, is my personal ranking of the Leatherface masks throughout the history of the entire Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. That's what we'll be doing. It's my own personal ranks. You might be surprised by some of the ones that where they rank. Who knows? I don't know. But if you know me by now, you probably know that I'm really an original Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan. I'm not a big fan of any of the other ones in the series. However, we're talking about the masks here, so you could see some interesting choices. We'll see, but you know, feel free to post your rankings in the comments as well. But I need to let you guys all know thank you, Fetchy's Horror Movies and More. Thank you for joining up. I just checked out yours. You did your Michael Myers rankings. That was awesome. Very cool, very cool. Mine would be different. My rankings would be a little bit different than yours, but that's, hey, it's art. It's all subjective. And I'm sure your Leatherface mask rankings are going to be different than mine as well. I've got 14 masks I have to rank tonight. But before we get into that, just want to let you all know we just have 1 week left in our Indiegogo campaign. And we're almost at the 4K mark. I really want to hit that at least. I think we can, no problem. I would really love to hit 5K. 5K would be so awesome if we could hit that amount. It's possible. Who knows? We sell one of those screen-used Leatherface masks. We've got it, you know. There's still 2 of them left. There's still 2 screen-used Leatherface masks left. at $1,000 Canadian, or I think it's like 780 or something American. But yeah, they're screen used and will be signed by our actor who's playing Leatherface. Pretty cool thing to have, but only 2 of them left. Lots of human face. Love that. No problem. Yeah, everybody, make sure you subscribe to both these guys' channels, Camp Blood Media and Facci's Horror. Am I pronouncing it right? Is it Facci's Horror Movies and More? I hope I'm pronouncing. I feel like you say your name differently on the show, but it sounds Italian too, and I'm Italian myself. So hopefully you're not Italian and I'm butchering your name, but it happens. I apologize if I am butchering your name. But thank you for tuning in. So yeah, 1 week left in our Indiegogo campaign. Link is in the description, as well as all of our social media links. It's all in the description. 1 week left to get your contributions in there. So do so. We will be doing another Indiegogo in the spring, though, just so you guys know, unless we somehow magically hit like 50K, 100K in this one. Even if we hit 50K, I'd still probably do another one, just because I think there's money that can be spent in good departments. There really is. Better special effects, paying the actors more, getting some good, some bigger names in there. We do have John Tagg attached, and he's a decent name. But we want to get, bigger names if we can. It'd be cool to get somebody from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre to do a cameo. We did get John Dugan for our trailer. That was pretty awesome, to essentially voice Grandpa, which is pretty awesome. Give Grandpa a voice, a younger Grandpa a voice. So that was pretty cool. But if there's always ways you can up it for sure. But at the end of the day, we just want to make the movie, and we know we can make the movie with what we've raised already. It won't be high scale production, but we can still make it. I've done a budget breakdown. We can make it, but still, I can't wait to get that Blu-ray. A lot of the Blu-ray has been popular. I think we sold like almost 20. I think we've sold almost 20 Blu-rays. I think so, but yeah, I could be wrong. Yeah. Anyways, also want to let you all know, whoever's in this group, whoever's in here tonight that doesn't know already, we have an awesome event for the Sawyer Massacre coming up this Sunday, okay? This Sunday, it's a free event. Link for that is also in the description. You'll see the public square link. It's a virtual horror trivia night. Marianka's in the chat. Do you sleep? Hi, Marianka. Good to see you in the chat. Sometimes I sleep. Not as much as I like, but I sleep more now than I did when I was like 20. I'm 40 now, so I still sleep. I do sleep. I have a 3-year-old daughter, too, so, sleep's overrated, right? Who needs sleep? Caffeine does it all. Anyways, what was I talking about? Public Square. Our Public Square event, it's a live virtual horror movie trivia. It's free to attend. All you have to do is share our Indiegogo campaign on your social media. That's it. And then you can be part of that. You just click on the link that's in the description. It's in the description, and register with your email, I think. That's it. It's free. It's awesome. It'll be interactive. It'll be myself and one of the actresses that's in the film, Alicia Jade from Louisiana. She's going to be playing the role of Lorraine in the Sawyer Massacre. So it'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. It'll be a great event. You'll get to know a little bit about her, maybe even a little bit about me, and do some horror movie trivia. And the winner will get a awesome advanced screening perk. You can see that in our campaign. We valued it at $250. Along with that, you also get your name in the credits, and you also get the digital download package. So the winner of that horror movie trivia gets some pretty cool stuff. So definitely go register. It's 5 p.m. Pacific time on Sunday. So if you're not available that day, well, sorry, but because that's when it is, and it's live, so you have to be there live. We're also giving away a raffle prize as well. So even if you're not good at trivia, you could still win something, All right. Moving on, I just want to give another plug out to Michelle Appollonia of Breathless Beauties. She makes all these awesome handmade dolls um, out of her home, I think, in or office. I'm not sure, home or office in Syracuse, New York. Have a look here, guys. This is perfect for the Halloween season. So if you don't have any cool stuff like this, they're all horror themed. All her stuff is horror themed. There you go. Pretty cool stuff. This is kind of Leatherface-ish, so I kind of like that. But, you know, definitely go check her out. Breathless Beauties. I posted her links as well in the description for her Facebook and Instagram. She has a sale on now till November 4th. 30% off until then. So it'll be great. Everybody needs good Halloween decoration type stuff, and her stuff. That was just a sample of what she has. She has tons of stuff. So definitely go check it out because it is awesome. Okay, cool. I think we've wasted enough time already talking about plugging the Sawyer Massacre and all that kind of stuff. So let's talk about the rankings of the masks in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series. Okay, so I've got 14. I feel like there's probably actually more masks than that. I was told that there was like 10 for Texas Chainsaw 3D. And I'm not going to be ranking the Pretty Woman mask from that movie because it's just so bad that it looks nothing like the original Pretty Woman mask. So I'm not even going to put that on here. Sorry, guys. If it just looks, I was so disappointed in the way that mask looked in Texas Chainsaw 3D. I couldn't even put it on this list. And honestly, most of these guys, again, I'm really only a big fan of the original. There's things about other films in the series I like, but at the end of the day, there are good, decent masks in other films, but for the most part, a lot of these masks I'm not big fans of. So, and you sort of the middle ones, you can almost group there's like 5 in the middle here that are kind of like, they're all more or less the same. I don't know if you'd call them a proper ranking, but anyways, so I'll get down to number 14 on my list. Yes, it's this one from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation, this old lady mask. I hate this mask. I don't know about you guys, but I know what they were going for, but at the same time, it was kind of a what were you thinking kind of thing for me. But let me know your thoughts on this one. I mean, it's not believe it or not, it's not my least favorite film in the franchise. I think I've already gone over, I did a video with my rankings of all the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films, mostly because Matthew McConaughey made it pretty interesting. There were some entertaining moments with Matthew McConaughey in the movie. Dead Prairies, 10 out of 10 movie. Really? I hope that's sarcasm there, because Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation, is not a 10 out of 10 movie in my books. So hopefully that's sarcasm, but if not, hey, I don't mean to offend. But yeah, I mean, what can I say about it? It doesn't feel like Leatherface to me. I guess there's a lot of these that don't feel like Leatherface to me, though, guys. But anyways, it's all personal opinion. Again, I know what they're going for. I think they failed miserably on it, unfortunately. 100% sarcasm. I had a feeling, just had a hunch there, Dead Prairies. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. So that is my number 14. And feel free to comment if there's any that I actually am missing from some of these movies. Because again, Texas Chainsaw 3D, apparently there was like 10 masks in that. If there was, I only noticed one. They all look the same to me. So I could, again, correct me if I'm wrong. Show me subtle differences if there are. But as far as I'm concerned, there's only one mask in Texas Chainsaw 3D that's going to be on this list. And any of the other films too. I mean, I think I know that Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. apparently had a different one for their promo stuff. But again, I'm not going to count promo stuff. That's not the same for me. Yeah, just my opinion. But yes, I'll move on to mask number 13. Here we go, boys. Oh, yes, this was from the last movie. Maybe I'm being a little unfair with this one because this is all you get of it. This is all you really see. But I just think from the looks of this, is it a bald chick? I don't know. It's I'm not sure what's going on with this mask. I think it was supposed to be the girl he killed at the end. I think that's what this was supposed to be. Again, didn't see enough of it, so maybe I'm being a little bit unfair with this mask. But no, I don't like it. I didn't like Leatherface at all. That was to me that was second worst film in the franchise. I know they tried to do something different with it and tried to give it a story, but I didn't like the story. It doesn't fit for a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. Good to have me my goblet of water. This is like this. I love this. It's a Coca-Cola glass actually, but it looks like a goblet. Looks very medieval. Just saying. Put that down. But yeah, I just I didn't like Leatherface. It was I think I said it best in my rankings of the movies is I felt like Leatherface was the Michael Corleone story from The Godfather, inherited by Leatherface, and in a very rushed way. I mean, The Godfather's 3 hours long, and the transition of him going from good boy to bad boy was seamless. Leatherface was not seamless. Just saying. But again, it's my opinion. Again, it's art. Say it in the chat. Say something in the chat if you loved Leatherface. That's the 2017 Leatherface, not the one from 1990. If you loved it, hey, that's all good. Again, this is all personal preference. Just remember that, guys. Everything is personal preference here. It's all opinions. It's art. It's subjective. Don't go hating on me for having an opinion. But I do have them. I do have my opinions, and this is an opportunity to share them with you guys. But you know, I get along great with other people that have way different opinions than I do. So it's all good. It's all good. You know. So yeah, feel free to share your opinions on Leatherface 2017. Feel free to share your opinions on that mask. Because like I said, I don't like it, but again, I don't really see enough of it. Maybe if I saw the whole thing, I would be able to rank it higher. And, you know, whatever they did with they put a mouth thing or something after before he put that mask on. I don't count that as a mask. That's not a mask. It's some people probably would count that as a mask, but I don't count that. It's not a mask. It wasn't Leatherface, in my opinion. The actor playing him wasn't Leatherface, in my opinion. You know, about almost an entire foot shorter than Leatherface. But anyways, moving on. We're going to move on to, I think we're on number 12 now. Number 12, Leatherface mask. Yes, back to Texas Chainsaw, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. Boy, this movie had some bad masks in it. God, look at that. Again, I think I know what they were trying to do, but this, I mean, it is kind of like a newer version of the Pretty Woman mask, but it's just it looks like a joke rather than a creepy mask. It looks more like a joke than anything else. They're making fun of it. And if that was really what they're trying to do, I get it. That's great. If you're trying to make a better Pretty Woman mask, you failed miserably. If you're actually trying to make a better and scarier Pretty Woman mask, you didn't do it. It's actually all these bottom three. It's hard to. they're interchangeable in my opinion. These bottom three, or I mean, a lot of these are all pretty bad in my opinion. But that's how I feel. It's how I feel. It's actually it was hard making this list because I felt the same, pretty much felt exactly the same about a lot of these masks. I really did, and it almost came. Like looking back and forth, do I like anything about this mask? You know, but not much to like there. I mean, it has decent skin tone. There you go. That's about it. You know, that's I can't really say anything good about it. Um, but again, feel free to share your opinions in the chat. I love to hear you guys' opinions. Um, maybe you don't have any opinions, and that's cool too. I definitely have mine. And you guys are tuning in to share them with me. Thank you so much. Thank you all you guys for tuning in tonight. I really enjoy doing this. I never thought I would enjoy doing this so much, but I actually do. Because I tried movie reviews a few years ago. Just did one thing and hated it. Felt very awkward doing it. It wasn't live and spontaneous like this, so that's probably why. But, you know, I did it. So, anyways, moving on to my number 11. All right, so this one, I think this one almost because it's just kind of a half mask. It's not really a full on Leatherface mask. I don't know. And I just don't know if this was supposed to be something else other than a human face. I don't know. I don't like it. I actually kind of liked the way they did the costume in this one for Leatherface as opposed to the remake. But I don't like that mask. I think it just looks weird to me. I don't know. I feel like I don't know what they're actually trying to do with that mask. You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? I don't know what they're going for. Were they going for that it was made out of a dead animal? You know, was it actual leather? Was it made from a cow or something like that? You know, so those are the reasons why I can't have that very high. It looks weird to me. I don't know, guys. You tell me what you guys think. But I thought it looked kind of weird. Just my opinion. Again, this is all opinion. This is all just on how I feel. That was the first mask he wore from the beginning, from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning. In case you didn't know, came out in 2006. It was a prequel to the remake. Just in case you didn't know. But I imagine if you are tuning in, you probably know that. So I'm probably being a bit redundant here. But that's okay. We're having a chat, right? That's all that matters. We're having a bit of a chat. Cool. Okay, let's move on here. What number are we at? I think we're at 11 now? No, we're at number 10. Sorry. We're at number 10. Okay, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Yeah. This is another one of those masks I want to like, but I don't. I don't know. I do appreciate what they're going for. It does feel like it works with Leatherface, with what Leatherface stands for and all that stuff. Can't Blood. You got kicked off there. Can't Blood Media got kicked off there, Josh. How did that happen? Internet booted me. Ha ha ha. You gotta get better internet. I hope that doesn't happen with me. I haven't had a technical issue like that on this channel yet, but who knows, right? It could happen. Damn internet. What was I gonna say? Yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I'm not a big fan of the film either, but I don't know. It doesn't feel scary to me. I guess that's my big. It felt like they're trying to make something scary but failed. I don't know. And I do respect the fact that they were making it different than it was in the original, than the masks were in the original. But it looks more jokey to me. It looks more like a joke than a serious killing type mask. I don't know. It just doesn't look scary. if that makes sense. It looks more humorous, I think, and I want my Leatherface to be scary. You know, again, it's all opinion, so can't say anything. What did we? Oh, I'll have to check that out tomorrow. There, Josh, Camp Blood Media, Camp Twilight. Is it? I haven't seen the movie. I have to. Well, now I'll. Is it a spoiler review? If it's spoiler free, I'll watch it, and then I'll watch the movie. You do like Texas Chainsaw Massacre? A lot of people do. A lot of people like it. I don't really like it. It's got its moments, but again, you guys know me. I'm really only a fan of the original. I really am only a fan of the original. For those who really know me, but you know, I'm not hating on any of the other ones. They just don't really do it for me. The thing about the original is it has this real disturbing. Spoiler free. Thank you. It has this really disturbing, gritty feel to it. It just feels real, and that's what hooks me in with it. Is I love it so much because it feels so real, and none of the other films in the franchise do that for me, and that's really why. I mean, it's probably impossible to recreate that. Yeah, a lot of people do too. A lot of people like Texas Chainsaw Massacre too. I'm seeing that more and more. And that's all good, man. I wish I could like it more. I wish I could. I just don't. I remember a review, or somebody read a review about Texas Chainsaw Massacre too. And when the movie came out, it was pretty hated. A lot of the critics didn't like it. So the one critic said, I might misquote this a bit, but the one critic said, this movie not only looks like it wasn't made by the original director of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but it actually looks like it was made by somebody who'd never even seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I always get a kick out of that because they are such different films. I would never know that was made by Tobe Hooper, that they were the same director, because, I mean, maybe good on Tobe Hooper for branching out into different horror, but into that type of horror, but I don't know. I just feel like Texas Chainsaw Massacre needs that disturbing, gritty feel. Like I feel like they tried to do in the remake, but didn't quite get it there. It was. I feel like if they changed a few things, they would have had it. But you know, anyways, I've talked about that before in a different show. That's wildly. All these films are quite wildly. All these masks are quite wildly different, I find. You know? I mean, have you seen one mask that looks like the other so far in my rankings? They really are trying a lot of different looks for Leatherface. But, you know. Oh, we got a new chat. We got a new person in the chat. Anthropomatic Fiend. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at pronouncing stuff. Anthropomatic Fiend. I hope I'm saying that right. That's a big word. I'm not really good with a lot of big words, I have to say. I'm a little bit dyslexic and ADD and all that kind of stuff, so don't hold it against me if I say it wrong. Hello there. I do enjoy TCM2 as well. It's drastically different from the original, but nothing's going to capture that same... Yeah. Well, I hope I kind of do with my fan film. So, don't count me out. If you haven't seen my trailer yet, definitely go check out our trailer for the Sawyer Massacre. I do feel like that was one element we actually kind of got, was that sort of gritty, disturbing feel. And that's what I'm going for. But, a little bit of that might have to do with the low budget stuff too, right? I mean, we're not using one of the highest end cameras, and I don't plan on using like an Area Alexa or Area Mini or anything like that, or a Red, any of those high end cameras, because I really want to make sure I got that gritty feel. But it's important to me. It's important. I got to make it disturbing, and I think we're gonna do that. I think we're gonna make you guys surprised. Again, don't mean to plug again, but donate. Link is in the description to our Indiegogo campaign. We're almost at 4K. Man, wouldn't it be cool if I clicked on my Indiegogo campaign like in a few minutes here and it's like, hey, it's hit 4K. That's Canadian 4K, by the way. You Americans are probably going to be like, he's actually at like 3K. Around there somewhere. Canadian dollars are different. Just saying. Anyways, where was I? Yeah. Anyways, that's my feel about that mask. I never really liked that mask. I always kind of thought, oh, that's the way they chose Leatherface to look, eh? Um, but it's all subjective. So moving on, I think to my number 10, if I'm remembering my place correctly. Probably not. Let's see. No. Number 9. I'm very forgetful with this. Yeah, so this mask from this was the first mask he wore in Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. Um, yeah, I almost feel like this one had potential. It was simple enough. The look to it was simple enough. Um, and I think simplicity is something that a lot of these masks do miss. Sorry. It feels like it's missing something else. I don't know. It has a little bit of a creepy vibe to it, though. I have to say, it is. Oh, anthropomorphic fiend. You're saying it right. Oh, that's all. Am I actually saying it right? Am I really saying it right? Be honest. Am I really saying it right? Oh, yeah, I've seen stuff for the story. That's good to know. I never know. I'd like to watch the trailers. Oh, you haven't seen the trailer yet, though. Watch the trailer. We actually had a cameo from the legendary John Dugan, who played Grandpa in the original. So check that out. It's pretty cool. I think our trailer's done pretty well. We've hit over 100 likes on the YouTube for it now. I'd like to get more views on it, though. Again, it's my channel's relatively small, and I don't have enough people plugging it, though. I'm slowly growing my channel. I have to say, though, that ever since we started this campaign, I think I've gone up almost 100 subscribers since then. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Yes, really. John Dugan in our trailer. Just saying. Yes, he is. Just a small cameo. So just a voiceover cameo. But our film is like a prequel. It takes place before the original. So John Dugan may have been voicing a younger version of Grandpa that can still talk. And that's actually what his character was. It was. I won't try to hide around that. The character was Grandpa. Grandpa has dialogue in our film. Who knew? I did, because I wrote it. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. I do tend to change the subject from time to time, mostly due to you guys in the chat, but I love it. I love chatting with you guys. Keep it gritty. That's damn right. I mean, maybe not as gritty as my webcam here, but I don't know how it looks on your end, but I need... If anybody knows how to set up an actual camera instead of my webcam to OBS, I'm open to suggestions. I'm not a very techie guy, though, I have to say. And just for me to even get this live stream up was a lot of a learning process for me. Yeah. I'm not a techie guy. I admit that. I never operate a camera on my sets. I just tell them what to shoot, and they shoot it. They do a good job. But I don't know how to operate a camera very well. I'm a director. I'm an actor's director, really. At the end of the day, I'm an actor's director. I know the type of movement I want with my camera and stuff like that, but getting the looks right for it and everything, not my forte. Gonna be honest with you guys. I'm an actor's director. I like telling the actors what to do. Hope that doesn't sound mean or anything. All the actors on my set, you be ready for my... I can't stay, but it was, thank you for staying around for a bit. You could probably catch the rest of it, at a later time. See if your number 1 is the same as mine. You never know, it might be. Thank you, though, for I'll just call you Anthro, just to keep it simple. Anthropomorphic fiend. Am I saying that right? Thank you for stopping by, though. Yes, thank you for chatting for a little bit. Good to... I'm not sure if you've been on any of my other chats, but not recognizing your name, so join us again next time, if you can. Thanks for stopping by. So, I think we are going to number 8 now. Am I right? I'm so bad at remembering. I have a terrible short-term memory, but I have a great long-term memory. A couple minutes ago is a total blank, but a couple years ago, no problem. 20 years ago, you can ask me what was happening 20 years ago, and I'll be like, oh yeah, this happened, this happened, this happened. Weird, eh? Anyways, number 8. I'm pretty sure it's 8. Yes. Now, some of you are probably surprised that this is my number 8 because it is from the original. This is the old lady mask from the original. I have to admit it. Again, at this point, I'm not hating the masks, but I don't like these masks either. All these ones from like 9 to 6 or 5 even pretty much. They're kind of my kind of masks. And there is something creepy about it. I think the hair is probably the thing that throws me off the most. I really don't like the hair on this mask. Sorry about this picture, guys. This was really the best picture I could find on it. From the movie anyways. I wanted to make sure it was an actual shot from the movie. But, yeah, I don't know, guys. Never been a big fan of that. Every time that part of the movie comes, in fact, it's probably my least favorite part of the film, if I'm being honest with you guys. I get it, though. They have to have this it's the only part of the film where you actually kind of learn a little bit of Leatherface, and you got to get something. He needs to be a little bit mystique, you know. He needs to have some mystique, but you have to give him some kind of substance, and that was really the only part of the film that gave him some substance. I didn't really care much for the substance, though. I guess I wish it had. I wish it just had a little bit. I wish Leatherface wasn't as weak. He came across very weak in that part, and you want to see some sort of vulnerability. But I would have liked it more probably if he tried to stand up to Drayton in that scene, to the cook in that scene. Good evening, Demented Pictures. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for stopping by. We are ranking the Leatherface masks, if you didn't know already, and we're at number 8. And I'm sure many in the chat are like, "Whoa, you put the granny mask from the original at number 8," and I'm a big fan of the original. So it probably does seem a little bit weird that I would put that so low on my list, but again, I'm just being honest. A lot of these are kind of interchangeable. Basically, from 9 to 5, 9 to 5, from 9 to 5, they're all pretty much tied. If I'm being totally honest with all you guys, these are all pretty much tied at this point, and they're just kind of okay. I don't hate them. I don't love them. I don't really. I can't even really say I like them, but I don't love. I don't hate them. It's not like 14 through 10. Those ones I can pretty much all say I hated. But from this point on, I don't mind them too much. They don't bug me. All these masks at this point, they don't bug me, but I don't love them. I do wish that all of these masks were better, if that makes any sense. But they have certain qualities, and I think it's mostly the hair on that particular mask that gets me the most. I mean, there's not a lot going on in the face either, but it's not the real issue, that's for sure. I think there needed to be a little bit more with it, that's all. Just my opinion. Anyways, moving on to number 7, I think. Yeah, number 7. It's this one. It's the Remake Mask. Again, they're all kind of interchangeable. This is the main Remake Mask. I just feel like they tried to go a real Frankenstein look with this, is what I don't like about it. I don't like the way the hair looks on it either. I don't hate the way the hair looks, but it looks kind of weird. It's got like this, gash going halfway. I think it's supposed to be represent 2 different people's hairs. I don't know. It looks weird to me. I never really cared much for this mask. I don't hate it again though. I think if they had a little bit less stitching going on, and I don't know, this is a weird one. It's hard to express how I feel about that mask. It looks too mean, like they're trying to make the face look too mean. It's probably the best way I can put it, because they're trying to make Leatherface seem badass or something, if you know what I mean. If I think they're trying to make Leatherface badass, so they give him a mean looking face. Um, so I get that, but I think what makes Leatherface creepy is that he's wearing somebody else's face, and that face that he killed, the person he killed, probably wasn't some mean guy. He was probably scared to the bejesus belt from when he's getting killed. So I like a lot of certain masks have that expression of, like, you know, a little bit of an expression of fear in them. So you kind of get that expression a little bit from a lot of the other masks. So the good ones, anyways, the ones I look at as my best masks. I see a little bit of that eerie vibe that they, you know, I don't know. It's hard to explain, I guess, but you know, there's something creepy to it. That's for sure. When you can do that, and I don't feel like that mask really nailed it. It's got this sort of mean look on its face or something. I don't think that works for a Leatherface mask, in my opinion. Again, this is all just my opinion. You've done a few top 10s. Cool. This isn't a top 10 though. It's just a ranking. It's a ranking of the Leatherface masks, and there was 14 of them. So it's kind of the same, but not quite, I guess. I'm sure I'll do some top 10s in here eventually. Probably top 10 horror films or something at some point. Maybe even just my top 10 films. That's something I could see doing in the future. You know, we'll see. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, so that's why I don't like... hey, Filthy Dan is in the house. What's up, Steve? I'm doing great. I had trouble getting my kid to sleep tonight. In fact, I think she's still awake. I can hear her a little bit in the room next to me. If you guys hear any little bangs from now and again, it's her. Sometimes she won't sleep. Having kids, man. Having kids. But, you know, it's all good. I love her even though. But that's what's up. Thanks, Filthy Dan, for tuning in. I'm sure you've missed a little bit. Filthy Dan, well, I'm ranking the Leatherface mask. We're on number 7 right now, and that's the Remake Mask. I'm just giving a little bit of stories as to why I don't particularly like them, but because I don't like most of these. It's not that I hate some of these ones here. These middle ones here are I wish they were a little better. A little bit here and there. It could have been a little bit better. I also think that one had too much gray in it. It was too dark and gray. I don't know. Just personal preference, though. Yeah. I couldn't do a top 10 horror movies unless it was personal. Well, of course it's personal. Isn't it always personal? Personal preference? I don't... Yeah. You know what? I probably couldn't do a top 10 horror movies either now that I think about it. I could probably do a top 5. We'll think about that for another video. I'll think of a top 10 horror film of my personal favorite horror films. But you guys already know it's number 1, I think, right? So I'll be spoiling the surprise, probably. But what's my number 1 Leatherface mask? Ooh, we're slowly getting there. So we gonna move to number 6 now. Number 6. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Sorry if I'm talking too long, but we still got like 15 minutes left. We'll try to... I can go a little bit over time, if you guys don't mind. Number 6. It's this one from Texas Chainsaw 3D. Now, apparently there was more in Texas Chainsaw 3D. There was something like 10 different masks in that movie, but to me, they all look like this, so we're just counting it as one. I don't know. People tell me if there's a difference in the masks, apparently, from Texas Chainsaw 3D, because they all look like that to me, and, you know, there's something creepy about it, but at the same time, I would do stuff differently. By the way, Texas Chainsaw 3D is my least favorite Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. I honestly, I hated that one. I know, again, it has its fan base. I personally hated that film with a passion. On so many levels. It's not just the time situation, you know, the years it took place sort of thing. It's not just that. It's the acting, it's the script, man. The dialogue. You know, do your thing, cuz. I mean, everybody knows more than that, though. There's more. It's plot points. There's so many things. I'm like, what? That just happened? You know, there's no way you know, but anyways, um, I can't even get entertained by it. I can't even bring myself to watch that one again. But I don't hate the Leatherface mask itself. Um, it's okay. Again, I wish it was better. I do wish it was better, but there are some little creepy points about it. So you know, I gotta give some props to it. Hey, Yanni made it. Sorry, I'm late to the party. Ah, it's okay. Better late than never, right? Leatherface 2017 is it's my second least favorite. It's probably the least Texas Chainsaw Massacre type film, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, I don't do movie reviews, but maybe one day I'll just like do an entire live show just talking about the films themselves and why I don't like them, and because I mean I could get into it, and you know why I don't like these films and the reasons why might you might understand why I have those reasons, but at the same time some people might disagree, and that's okay. It's again, it's all personal preference, and you know some people might some people might agree with some of those things, but they just don't feel like they're that big of a deal. Like I notice that sometimes when people have an opinion about a movie and why they hate it, and it just seems like something small to me. I'm like, yeah, I see that, but it's not that big of a deal to me. Can't really think of a example right off the top of my head, but I see that all the time. Um, yeah. Anyways, oh boy, we got people in the chat talking. You made a documentary, and I made a documentary on TCM, and was incredibly lucky to have a Skype call with Kim Henkel. Oh, lucky you! Boy, I would love to talk with Kim Henkel. I'd love to get him to read my script. That would be like so awesome. Oh man. Oh, Camp Blood Media. I heard you're talking about Leatherface. I take it that they just slapped the name onto. Yeah, it feels like it. I'll say that it feels like it. Again, the story feels like Michael Corleone, but Leatherface, and really shoehorned Leatherface. I don't know. It seemed like it was all about that twist. It was like a gotcha twist, but you didn't fool me. I mean, there was so much promotion going out saying that character was Leatherface too, but I don't know why that happened. They should have kept all of that hush hush a little bit more, and they didn't. But whatever. I could never see that that kid being Leatherface. Worst Leatherface if I was actually ranking the actual Leatherfaces, like who's portrayed them rather than the masks, definitely that would be it would be my least favorite Leatherface. Just my opinion, though. I'm sure he's a wonderful actor. He's just not Leatherface. He's not. Head Cheese, that was the original name for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Anyways, moving on. I almost kind of like the name. You know what? When I first heard Head Cheese, I thought that would have been a terrible name. But now the more I hear Head Cheese, it's like, you know what? That's actually kind of a good name for a film. I don't know. They didn't call it that. I definitely think it's good that they did call it the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Apparently that was like a last minute name change too. Apparently it was like after the movie was edited, and it just came to I think it was Toby, the director, and he just said Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh, he said, what do you think about calling the film this? The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And his friend was like, no, that sounds like a terrible movie. I would never go see that. That's when he knew he had his title, though. It stuck out, and it still does to this day. Just saying. Anyways, moving on. I think we're on number 5 now. I really hope we are, but I've been wrong before in this discussion. Uh, yes, this is right. This is Texas Chainsaw 3, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Again, I see a lot of potential in this mask. I do like the teeth. Again, there's a sort of a mean look to it. Kind of like the remake mask. Not quite on the same level. But again, all these masks are pretty interchangeable at this point. At least to this point. Yeah, I see a lot of potential. They're trying to give Leatherface the heavy metal hair. I don't know. I don't like that, I guess. I feel like Leatherface needs to have like really mucky hair. Like really like you could tell it's been soaked in blood and dried in it for days sort of thing. That's what I feel, but I feel like that's why the masks from the original, for the most part, work so well, other than the old woman mask. Anyways. Hooper changed because he thought nobody would want to watch a movie called Head Cheese. Yeah. Yeah, when you first hear Head Cheese, it sounds off. It sounds weird to me. Filthy Dan said he never thought of doing a Leatherface mask ranking. Hey, now you can do one. I'd love to see your guys' rankings in the chat. You guys can do that, you know. You make your rankings. I'd love to see other people's rankings. See how close you are to mine. Feel free to do that if you can. I'm giving you mine. Give me yours. Why not? It's fun, right? You know, and it's all subjective. It's all, nobody's gonna hate on you. At least I'm not gonna hate on you for having different opinion than me, because I doubt there's anybody in this chat that has the exact same ranking I do. Head cheese sounds kind of appetizing. I don't know. I've tried that stuff once. I don't like it. Anyways, I just tried it once though, and it was a long time ago. So maybe my taste would change. But no, I didn't like it. Anyways, yeah, not much really I can say about that mask. We're kind of getting into the masks now. All of these I can at least say I like. There are certain things maybe in this first one that I don't care too much for, but again, it's all personal preference, and there's more good than bad. We'll say that. Okay, and that's this one here. That's the one from the beginning from 2006. I mostly like this mask. I do think there's just a little bit too much stitching going on, because it kind of takes away from the expression. I don't see enough of that character's face, because it was I forget the name of the character. This is the boyfriend of the main protagonist. It was his face, and I really can't tell it's his face. I think that's what throws me off. This almost looks like you could probably call it an early version of the remake mask. You know, if it was freshly cut off, this is what it would look like. Maybe that's what they were going for. I don't know. The hair is very different though. Again, the hair, I find the hair on some of these not the. I wish they would do better hair. This is kind of a mullet on this one. Don't really care much for the mullet, but you know, it has something creepy in this mask that I do really enjoy. That you know, when I saw the mask, I'm like, okay. I kind of overall like the costume of Leatherface better in the beginning than I did in the remake. The remake costume was just too much. Like, what's with all the elbow pads and the heavy clothing, you know? They went a little bit more realistic with that. You know, they had the butcher's apron. You know, it wasn't the same butcher's apron from the original, but hey, you're not trying to recreate the original, so I get that. I can appreciate that costume a lot more than the one they had in the remake. But again, you know, just personal preference again. What are we saying in the chat here? Anyone else? Oh, okay. Filthy, I see it more as a reference to a dirty wang. Dirty head cheese. I have never heard that. It's my first time hearing that. So no, I don't think it sounds appetizing. That's great. I'd never heard that before, actually. Now I'm gonna. Now that's ingrained in my brain, though. However, thank you. Thank you so much for chatting that. I had no idea. Is that really is it really a reference to a dirty Wang? I had never heard that before. Jeez, it makes sense though. Oh shoot. You guys are gonna crack me up here. I'm not gonna be able to finish this tonight. Jeez, we're supposed to end in like 4 minutes. There's no way we're ending in 4 minutes because I still have my top 3. All of these top 3, I can pretty much say nailed it. You know, more or less nailed it. They're my 3 favorites. And I definitely would say these 3 are definitely in order, from most like, or from least to first, basically. But again, my opinion. We'll go to number 3, and that would be the remake Boyfriend Mask here. Now, this was what I was talking about in the previous mask with all that stitching and stuff. You couldn't really see the expression of the boyfriend's face in that one. Where this boyfriend, I think it was Kemper was the name, if I'm remembering correctly. I've seen the remake a few times because I keep trying to like that film. So I'm remembering the boyfriend's name a little bit more in that one. So I'm pretty sure it's Kemper. Yeah, it was the one part of the film where Leatherface actually scared me. It really was. I think this mask looks creepy. It associates everything I would want Leatherface to be. It really does. I wish, I absolutely wish that they had that going more throughout the film. It's just literally 2 shots in the film of that mask, and then you never see it again. I wish he would have worn that for the rest of the film. I was like, okay, now we're going to have a gruesome looking Leatherface for the rest of the film. And then they went back to the other mask. I was like, I don't like that mask. I mean, I don't hate it, but I didn't like it. But I mean, for the most part, it's the costume that I don't like in that movie. Just not realistic, I guess. It didn't feel. I feel like they're trying to turn him into a monster rather than a human, just a big human being. And the costume totally goes with more of a monster look rather than a realistic person you'd find in Texas. Anyways, just my opinion. But I love that mask. I wish they had it more in the film. Like 2-3 shots and it's done. It really was done after that, and it's too bad. One of the many wasted opportunities I find in that film. It had so much potential. I really believed that was going to be the remake, and then it let me down. I don't hate it. I don't hate the film. I just wish I liked it more. Oh, it's not an official reference, but it's there. Maybe it's a newer reference. I've never heard it yet, but maybe here in Canada things are different. I am in Canada, and I don't get out much. I have a 3-year-old daughter, so I don't see a lot of people these days, folks. But I get to virtually see you guys, so that's pretty awesome. Anyways, moving on. Moving on to my number 2. Now, some people might find this controversial because I know a lot of people would probably have this as their number 1. And that is the very first Leatherface mask you ever see. Yeah, man, I love it. I absolutely love it. I can't think of anything I don't like about this mask. It is great. I just feel like my number 1 is just a little bit creepier in my opinion. It's the first Leatherface mask you ever see. It was the first Leatherface mask ever seen in a theater or whatever. It was everybody's first experience seeing him. So it is iconic. It's not too over the top. All the stitching, you notice how the stitching is all around the edge of the face. It's not going through the face anywhere. And I think that helps you see some of the expression in the face. Again, the face doesn't look mean. It looks like, You don't get a lot of expression, but you get enough to get a sense that I bet this victim was not a very happy person before they died. You can see the cattle hit in the forehead there, the sledgehammer hit. And that brings a certain authenticity to it. Like you feel like that person was killed with a sledgehammer. And I think that, I don't know, it looks awesome. I can't say anything bad about that mask. I can't say anything bad about any of these last 3 masks. I don't really feel like there's anything I could say anything bad about any of these last 3, because I think they're awesome. I really do. Yeah. I mean, it's the original. Again, you guys got to figure I'm going to have the original masks in here pretty high, except for the old lady mask. Yeah, I know some of you are probably surprised I had that one so far down, but it was never, again, the hair. But, I don't want to be too redundant. I've said it. I've said my piece about that mask. It's not my favorite mask, so whatever. Moving on to my number 1. It's already after 9, so let's get this show on the road. My number 1, of course, if you haven't guessed it by now, it is the Pretty Woman mask from the original. I don't know if you'd call her pretty, though. As this looks so morbid. I always just thought, oh, wow, this mask just looks so demented. Just looking at this shot, I think it's awesome. Yeah, I don't know what it looks so twisted. The hair is all messy, and it looks like it was, when you have that, it looks like it's been sitting in blood probably for a while, and it probably formed that sort of way. I don't know. I always kind of got that sense, and the lips look all warped and stuff. One of the eyes is not quite, looks, I like the offness of it. I think that's, the offness makes it more creepy looking. But again, it's not over the top. Anyways, what do we got in the chat here? The stitching was intentionally crude to show Thomas' simplistic nature and skills in his craft. Oh, I'm sure it was, I mean, I'm not doubting that. I just honestly think as a look, it doesn't work for me, Are we talking Bubba? Let's see if we should put Bubba. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I like those masks the best, especially that one. It's always it just brings a chill to my spine seeing it. It's I think it looks so twisted, so warped. I don't know why they call it the Pretty Woman mask. I mean, I assume because Leatherface was trying to look pretty in that final scene. I always got that. I heard all the documentaries and stuff like that, but it ain't pretty if you ask me. But I get why they say that though. Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely my favorite. It's my favorite. What are your favorites, everybody? What are your favorites? Remember, our Indiegogo campaign is just one more week. We are really close to hitting 4K. At least last I checked. Hopefully, maybe we've hit 4K now. If you haven't backed our campaign yet, click the link in the description. It's in there. We're very close to 4K. I want to hit 4K. I know you guys can help us hit 4K, everybody. You guys can do it. We're like $100 away. We're not that far. So if you haven't donated already, please do so. Click the link, and you'll also see the link in the description for the event we're having on Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific time through Public Square. It is virtual horror trivia. Myself and Alicia Jade, who plays Lorraine in our film, in the Sawyer Massacre, we're going to be hosting this together, and she'll tell you a little bit about herself. You might hear me talk about myself a bit, but then the big thing is we're having horror trivia, and it's free for everybody. Everybody can register. You have to register though. You actually have to click that link and register with your email and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you do that. But it's free, and we're giving away some free prizes. Isn't that awesome? Who doesn't like free stuff? But you got to know your trivia. Know your horror trivia. Because otherwise you won't win. But anyways, that's great. Pretty Woman Mask takes its name from the OG TCM. In deleted scenes, he had multiple masks, and he would take on the persona of the mask. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, he was big on taking on the persona. Yeah, I've seen lots of the interviews with Gunnar and Toby, and yeah, I think that's an important thing about the character of Leatherface, that he takes on that persona of whatever mask he's wearing, which is why he's wearing the old lady. I get it. I just don't think it's a creepy mask like I want it to be. I really want it to be, but it doesn't quite get there for me, I guess you could say. But I like that. I think that's always been something about Leatherface that I always felt was good for his identity, is that he's wearing the mask to actually get an identity rather than to hide it. Like a lot of the other horror characters, it's about hiding their identity. Whereas Leatherface, he does it to gain an identity. I think that's pretty cool. Very different from the other horror movie villains. Yeah. So, that's just my thoughts. So, yes, back our campaign. I'm going to say it again because I want to hit 4K. You guys want us to hit 4K. We still have a week left. I know we'll hit 4K. I want to go over 4K because then I can really start looking at maybe some better SFX for our movie. Because that's what basically we'll do with the next couple $100 is invest in more gore. Well, gore and face masks, and we got 4 face masks in our film that we're gonna make. So we'd like to put more money into that kind of stuff. And like I some of you might know that I made a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film a fan film as my first ever film, which is terrible, by the way. But we made 3 masks for that film. We made each one for $20. I would like to make these ones for more than $20 because we wanted to put some care into them. And me and my wife actually made those masks ourselves. We're not makeup artists. In fact, I do have them on. I should show you guys. I don't think they're all bad. This is probably my favorite one of the bunch. My favorite, anyways. It came out okay. It has a creepy vibe to it, I feel. But again, it cost $20 to make this mask. So it was made of latex, so it didn't really last. We don't have this mask anymore. Mask number 2 is, sorry, terrible picture here. Yeah, it's pretty bad. You can't even see anything much. A lot of people like this one. I'm not sure. I don't know. I've never been too sold on it, but again, it was cheap. These are just what we did. Yanni. Remember those masks, eh, Yanni? Yanni, in our chat, was in that film. He was an actor in that film. One was a decent attempt at your favorite mask, if I recall. Yeah, I do like. I kind of like that one. I see it in the film, and it would have been better if we were able to put more money into them. We'll definitely be putting more money into these ones, no matter what. But not as at this time, not as much as I would like to. But they will be done at least by a makeup artist, an SFX expert that knows what the heck they're doing. So we got that at least. But I would like to be able to make them look perfect, and we already have. I mean, there's no such thing as perfect, but we have our designs for them. We know exactly what we want from them. And to really achieve exactly what we want is probably going to cost around $300 per mask. So it's not cheap. It's a lot more expensive than what we have in those pictures. But I'm definitely doing at least one of the masks at that price. Because I feel like we have to have at least one solid mask. We do. We just do. Anyways, a week left in our campaign. We were just $100 away from 4K. I'd love to hit 4K, guys. Get us to 4K. I know you guys can do it. If you've already backed our campaign, well, you can back it again if you want. You can donate as little as $5, or actually, you can donate whatever the heck you want, as little as $1. $1 is all you need to back the campaign. But if you haven't backed it, and you want to back it, great. If you've already backed it, share it. Tell all your friends. We need your support. We want to make the ultimate Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. We're going to do another campaign in the spring, in March, beginning of March, and that'll really be our push to get this thing shot in Texas, because, man, Texas Chainsaw Massacre films need to be shot in Texas, not Bulgaria. Anyways, I think that's all I have to say. So, Public Square event this Sunday. Make sure you register. You do have to register to beforehand. You can't register on the spot. So, click that link. Register. It's free. Free prizes for everybody. Yay! Well, not for everybody, but free advance screening for the winner. Advance screening of our film with the special thanks in the credits and the digital download package. Pretty awesome. Awesome stuff. So that's for the winner of the trivia. So if you're good at horror, if you know your horror, you might want to do this because you could win. But we'll also be doing a raffle as well. So get registered. It's Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So be there. And thank you all for tuning in to Merlo's Movie Massacre. This is my show, not yours. Just remember that. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys, for tuning in.